King Josiah TV, guys, where this channel was created to educate, promote the kingdom of Jesus Christ in this world as ambassadors. I'm your host, Josiah. And before we get started, guys, I need you to do me a quick favor. If you're listening on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. And if you're listening audibly on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, give me that follow button. Let's get into it.
Watch giants fall like Goliath. David, I dance. This ain't no tick-tock. God told me that my steps was ordered. Walking in flip-flops. Chris Rock, how they laughed at me.
Another disruptor, Candace Owens, posted recently on Twitter. She made a post stating that porn should be banned. And I'm gonna have to agree with her, and it was followed up by Vicky saying a whole bunch of other stuff should be banned, and people was going all types of atoms. So I wanted to kind of look into that and see, is this really affecting our society? Is this really a bad thing, or is it just something we look at like this and we say it's bad because, you know, relationships and morals and other stuff? Is it really inherently a bad thing? But anyways, I want to pull up her tweet so we can so I can show you guys the tweet first, and then we'll talk on. I'm gonna show you guys some of Vicky's tweets too. I think I actually saved them to my Twitter. But yeah, this was the original one that Candace Owens put out. She said, ban pornography it's a physiological weapon intended to weaken our men. I mean, you have people down here talk and said, I doubt you'll read this with the amount of commentary you see, plus lengthy, but perchance because I believe there's important discussion, we all need to have this echoes and major issues against the world. So some people are agreeing with her. So here's some other people said that some interesting pictures. Porn is illegal, but research the Holocaust. You can lead to jail, but most European countries and Canada, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. If we were banning things that are bad for people, let's ban corn syrup. Like, people were coming at her. So a lot of people with these weird little things that people are saying to her, banning porn is not the answer. Education folks and consume porn. And, you know, a lot of people deal with porn addiction. A lot of people deal with, and I've dealt with that, you know, being addicted to that. And, you know, so no, it's way bigger than that. So I wanted to show you guys some other, my bookmarking here. Vicky right afterwards was saying the same thing. Vicky said in there, she said, ban porn, alcohol, and ban cigarettes and weed. She said a whole bunch of other stuff too, but to ban, but people were coming at her. And that's why I said, I want to talk about this. Like, what's the facts on this? What's the information on this pertaining to pornography and like OnlyFans? I mean, think about it. Most women, like a few years back, like not even 15 years ago, if a woman's like picture of her with no clothes on, even half naked, got exposed to people that she knew, or even in text message to people in her like local community, high school, whatever, like they freaked out. Like, it was a complete emotional breakdown. And it really messed them up. Nowadays, most women are naked on Instagram and TikTok, twerking and with half any clothes on. It's like softcore porn on there. And a lot of them have OnlyFans. Low key, they all have OnlyFans. You click most of the links in most of these women's profiles from some women that are actors, some women that are just supposedly models and things like that. They all have a link, and in that link there is an OnlyFans account that allows you to see them provocatively naked doing all sort of things. So again, I wanted to do some, like, how is porn addiction affecting us? How many people are actually involved in OnlyFans? Is this really a big thing? Is this something we're all just talking about? So I found some information on this, guys. I didn't like type it out, so I can't like put it on the screen, but I'm just going to read it to you guys. It's in my notes. According to the site, 70% of creators are women. This is OnlyFans. Actually, oops, I'm sorry. Let me go back. I read too high. Okay, so at let me see. At age 13, on average, that's most when most people start at age 13, on average, most people start watching porn for the first time. That's young. For most boys and increasing number of girls, it's beginning of a lifelong habit. Again, people are addicted to this. They don't just pick it up and put it down. Around 80% of men and 30% of women, 45% include women, are only watch with their partners and watch weekly. The internet is made it more easily and accessible than ever. Pornhub says 76% of its traffic comes from mobile phones. It's so accessible. You can just get it on your mobile phone. No one sees you. No one is able to, know about your secret habit. You can keep it to yourself. And again, the most damaging things to us are easily acceptable, are free. You think about that. That's crazy. And it said more people are watching porn than ever. And it got even worse. This is saying in COVID-19, when people were kept at home. While the debate rages, more people become troubled by their own porn use. And this is going to talk about marriage, guys. 4.4% of men and out of 1.2% of women consider themselves porn addicts. According to the survey, Australian adults in the first representative study on porn addiction is going to get worse. I know those numbers sound small, but keep listening. If those percentages were seen in the U.S., over 6 million American adults would be harboring a porn habit. That statistics notably don't include teenagers and the growing increasingly likely perceive themselves as porn addicts. They couldn't review all the teens and the young people that are, again, they said it started at 13. It's a giant chunk of people that weren't able to be surveyed that are saying they're addicted to this. So let's go over the OnlyFans data. According to the site, 70% of creators are women. Remember, I told you most women nowadays are on this site making money. And 30% are men, translating to approximately 1.4 million Americans and women and over 600,000 American men and adults aged between 18 to 45. That's our youth and it's our adults. Nearly all the users of OnlyFans comprise a little more than a third of the U.S. population. A third. That means everybody's on here. People you think that would never log on, ever been on there. I mean, that's saying something. This porn is it's got a grip on us. It said in the U.S. population, or just shy of 119 million in total. The survey was done on November 10th of 2023. Some other small facts. Over 190 million users have registered OnlyFans accounts, including 2.1 million creators. Additional 500,000 new users sign up to OnlyFans per day. The OnlyFans platform grows at the rate of 70% per month. Numbers are insane. OnlyFans pays over $5 million to its collective content creators per year. Analyzing the data at I think it's OU colleagues in Cyprus. Somebody's weird name. Founder people who started watching porn were more likely to split with their partners. I'm sorry, this is speaking about marriage. More likely to split from their partners, the survey says. And for men, the chance of divorce was 5% to 10% more likely. And then it jumped when the women are into it too, up to 18% likely of divorce. So guys, these numbers are insane. If you ask me, the numbers speak for themselves. Let's just see what the word of God says for this. I got 2 verses to wrap this up, guys. The first verse is enter in the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many will find it. Broad is the way. Everybody's doing it. The reason why I brought that is broad is the way. Broad is the one that everybody's on, the track that everybody's following. That is the one that ends in death and ends in destruction. Don't be on that path. And again, pertaining to pornography and these things, it is the broad path nowadays, because straight is the gate and narrow is the gate which leadeth unto life, and few will find it. That's Matthew 7:13. The last verse I want to say is pertaining to, but let me see here. That's the last verse that I believe that I have. But one as it comes to mind, and again, I should have pulled these verses up for you guys, but for time's sake, I'm just going to, rehearse it off of mine. God says, he said, you were told that committing adultery is wrong. But I say, even a man that look at a woman with lust has already committed adultery with her in his heart. God's calling us to a whole another standard in the world, and the stats are showing us that the norm is the opposite. And I'm here to tell you the norm is not okay. The norm is not something that we should be going with. We're going to wrap the show up there, guys, on that subject right there. Thank you again for everybody that has, again, been continuing to show support to King Josiah TV and this channel. Please, if you like this content, if you stuck along for the whole podcast, please share this video with a friend, or family. Go ahead and smash the like button for me right now. Hit the subscribe button if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Go ahead and hit the follow button. And guys, I will see you.
Salvation on me like it's a helmet. The wages to sin is death, for send you to hell quick. Wanted to be all about me, God, I was selfish. I was rebellious.